In science, with technology comes destruction. That's exactly what happened in 1945 when a large mushroom cloud appeared above Hiroshima, taking many innocent lives as it destroyed homes, cities, and most of the surrounding environment. Just months before this catastrophic event, in the years 1934 through 1945, America had broken the technological barrier of splitting the atom, resulting in the creation of a weapon of mass destruction that took little to no effort to use. The advent of the atomic bomb broke barriers, and not only in terms of sheer accomplishment of splitting the atom, but also in terms of changing the face of a military strategy and bringing bear to the contentious nuclear power. The Greek word atom literally translates to indivisible, and so when scientists discovered the atom, which they believed to be the smallest particle on Earth, they thought to give it an appropriate name. However, Enrico Fermi theorized that the atom could actually be split further and began exploring this process. He soon found out that the atom wasn't the smallest known thing to man and realized that atoms can be different, so splitting the atom would be a greater task than he previously thought. But miraculously, Fermi overcame the challenge, and the result was the discovery of fission. Fission is when an atom is split apart, and during fission, tremendous amounts of energy is released. Fermi published his findings, which were conducted purely out of scientific curiosity to break the barrier of our present understanding of the atom, and represents a major accomplishment in physics and has impacted many future discoveries. Once he published his findings, however, he realized his mistake. There were scientists that saw the potential for a bomb and the energy released during fission. In an atomic bomb, the energy that is released during fission is what causes the powerful explosion. However, this energy can be collected in nuclear power plants to create a clean source of energy. Once the concept of fission was discovered, nations raced to harness the power of the atomic bomb. Prior to the creation of the atomic bomb, the world didn't have any weapons capable of such vast destruction. The power of a single atomic bomb was equivalent to 15 tons of TNT. Furthermore, the atomic bomb Little Boy that was dropped on Hiroshima killed 70,000 innocent people instantly. The atomic bomb changed the face of war because it eliminated the need for troops on the ground. Suddenly, massive damage could be dealt with only the need for a plane, a pilot, and a course for the bomb itself. It is also important to remember how many people and land the atomic bomb can eradicate, without having our own troops on the ground. This is important because the nuclear bomb is essentially a weapon that can be used to annihilate thousands of people, while the user experiences no repercussions, making it a huge technological breakthrough, because there was no weapon like it at the time, especially one that didn't need the aggressor's troops to die along with it. If the atomic bomb wasn't used on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, there would have been countless of American lives lost in the war against Japan. This would have been due to the invasion called Operation Downfall. It was estimated that America would have had 400,000 to 800,000 casualties. So with that in mind, President Truman allowed for the use of the atomic bomb to prevent this. His reasoning for this could be best explained when he said in an interview, "I ordered its use for a military reason, for no other, because it saved the lives of a great many of our soldiers." This broke the barrier of rules of war we had previously known then. One country that has always sought out for nuclear bombs is Russia. They have always redesigned and improved their atomic arsenal. For example, in 2018, Vladimir Putin announced Russia's new invincible nuclear missiles and torpedoes. However, many countries besides Russia sought out and still continue to try to create nuclear weapons. This is because countries felt that in the new atomic world they would need to be able to protect themselves. Nations felt that they needed nuclear weapons in order to be safe and maintain their place on the global political stage. This resulted in a nuclear arms race as capable nations raced to amass nuclear weapons. This resulted in Russia possessing 40,159 nuclear warheads, while America possessed 23,317 nuclear warheads. With so many bombs, if a war was to happen, both sides, and the world as we know it, would be obliterated. This effectively led to a nuclear stalemate. If one country bombed the other, they would retaliate and everyone would suffer. This is the concept of mutually assured destruction. This changed how wars fought today because now countries that have atomic bombs can use them as a form of diplomatic pressure. One stalemate that happened was the Cold War between the USSR and America. They had constantly tried to intimidate each other by building up their atomic arsenal and breaking barriers, like the space race, but never did engage in any real war because to do so would only end gruesomely. Despite the fact that nuclear weapons are an incredible source of destruction, their technology also contains the potential to better society. This is best demonstrated by nuclear power plants. In nuclear power plants, they use uranium-235, which is the same type of uranium used in nuclear bombs. They use fission energy from the reactions to make energy, and it is very efficient compared to coal plants. Nuclear power is also a great energy source because it is very efficient and has a low CO2 gas emission, making it a clean energy. This is significant because nuclear energy as a whole has saved about 64 gigatons of greenhouse gas emissions from being released into Earth's atmosphere. The use of nuclear energy has prevented about 1.84 million lives related to air pollution. The use of nuclear energy does carry risks because nuclear power plants are susceptible to meltdowns. An example of a nuclear meltdown is the nuclear meltdown Chernobyl in Ukraine. The incident occurred in the fourth nuclear reactor. The meltdown killed 30 operators and firemen within 3 months of the accident. However, there were several deaths later. This happened because of poor design and inexperienced workers. However, both of these things can be avoided in future nuclear power plants. Another example of a nuclear power plant failing is the Fukushima meltdown in Japan. This happened when a tsunami hit the nuclear power plant. Control over the power plant was lost and resulted in 3 meltdowns. Luckily, no one died at the time of the meltdown, but later on, 6 of the workers died from radiation exposure. While nuclear energy does carry risk, the good they can do for the planet means that we should continue to use them. The harms they cause are pale in comparison of those of coal. It is estimated globally that 800,000 people die prematurely every year from pollution due to coal, compared to 10 people per year from nuclear power plants. No matter where one stands on the argument surrounding nuclear energy or the atomic bomb, it is agreed upon that it broke a barrier. Nuclear energy broke a barrier because it was discovered how to split the smallest known thing at the time. It also changed the way of war and how it can be fought today. Nuclear energy gave us a new clean energy source that tremendously helps in reducing the amount of greenhouse gases that get released into Earth's atmosphere. Also, the atomic bomb gave us a very efficient way to eradicate thousands of people and acres of land. The atomic bomb is one of the most destructive weapons in today's world. Since it is so destructive, there have been many negotiations to disarm nuclear warheads. For example, the CBTC, or Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, but countries like North Korea and Pakistan use nuclear warheads to make other countries fear them and would use them regardless of the immense consequences they have. However, the search for the atomic bomb gave us fission, which gave us nuclear energy. Nuclear power has little to no CO2 gas emissions, making it a great energy source for the environment. This breakthrough for humanity was both a good one and a bad one, because now we have the power to eradicate humanity with a simple push of a button, but a good one, because now we have a clean energy source that can work almost 24/7. So the atomic bomb is a great example of how science brings us barrier-breaking technology that is used in both beneficial and devastating ways for humanity.